In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college basketball games happening on November 14th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Xavier versus Iowa. Iowa steps into this matchup with steadiness and control. They stayed home, played 2 games, and handled both without strain. They lit up Robert Morris for 101, then shut down Western Illinois 77-58. Bennett Sturts ran the show with clean decisions and strong scoring. The team shot well from the field and from 3, and they kept that pace steady without rushing possessions. Their new coach has them passing with purpose and running plays that produce clean looks. Their rotation is healthy. The starters have settled into clear roles, and the group looks connected earlier than most teams in November. Xavier stands on the opposite path. They rebuilt most of the roster. They changed coaches. They hit turbulence early. Their home loss to Santa Clara showed how far they still have to go. 2 players carried the scoring while the defense gave up open shots and second chances. Their pace runs higher, but the movement has not yet produced consistent results. They have only 2 players out, and both are depth pieces, so the rotation stays intact. Still, the team has not shown the same rhythm or structure. Now they have to walk into Carver Hawkeye for their first road game with a new system and a thin margin for error. Iowa's gym is not a place where a team still searching for its identity finds comfort. Iowa's shooting, spacing, and balance match well with a Xavier defense that has not yet proven it can stay organized. Iowa's steadiness against Xavier's loose edges creates a clear contrast across 40 minutes. As our first pick for this matchup, the Iowa Hawkeyes to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total asks a different question. The number on the board sits around the mid-100s and 40s, which signals a game with steady scoring but not a full sprint. Iowa's first 2 outings show a team that plays with care but scores with ease. They move the ball, find space, and finish at a high rate. Their pace stays measured, yet their efficiency lifts every possession. Xavier plays faster, they shoot more threes. They leave more gaps on defense. Their games swing from one extreme to the next because their system is new and their rotations are still forming. When a steady offense meets a defense that has not yet settled, the scoreboard tends to move. When a fast team meets a deliberate and efficient team, the game often grows in runs, late fouls, and open shots in garbage time can push the number even further. Iowa's health, Xavier's rotation, and the early season trends all point toward a game with clean chances, open looks, and long stretches of scoring as our second pick for this matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado versus Providence. Colorado steps into this matchup at 2-0, still settling into the rhythm of a new season, but already showing a steady hand on offense. They handled Montana State, then pushed through an overtime shootout with Eastern Washington. Providence arrives at 2-1 after lighting up the scoreboard twice in a row and crossing the 100-point mark in back-to-back games. On paper, that kind of scoring grabs attention. It also creates the illusion that Providence rides in with more momentum than Colorado. The books don't see it that way. Oddsmakers opened with Colorado favored by a modest margin, not because of hype, but because of context. This will be Providence's first trip to Boulder and their first game anywhere in Colorado. Playing at more than a mile high is not a storyline. It is a physical shift that grows heavier over 40 minutes. A team used to free-flowing pace can hit a wall when each possession demands more oxygen. Colorado's offense has been sharp through 2 games. The group shoots well, hits threes at a strong clip, and holds a double-digit edge on the glass. They do this with a balanced rotation that stays close to full strength. Only 2 redshirts sit out, and neither affects the active depth chart. Providence has its full roster as well, with no injuries on the report. Their new guards bring scoring, their captain adds stability, but their defense has leaked points in every outing. Until now, they have not faced a road crowd or altitude or an opponent that can slow the game with size and still score with efficiency. All these forces point in one direction. Colorado is built to win this specific type of environment game, where pace shifts, shots get harder, and effort costs more as the night goes on. This is why we lean toward the home team as the stronger position. As our first pick for this matchup, the Colorado Buffaloes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The total tells a different story. Sportsbooks looked at the early scores and posted a big number, daring bettors to expect another track meet. Providence scores in bunches and gives up almost as much. Colorado is also coming off a high-scoring overtime game. At first glance, the surface numbers scream chaos, but when you slow the picture down, a calmer pattern appears. Colorado's overtime win came in a game with a fast pace, but not an extreme one. Many of the points came from hot stretches, not a constant sprint. Providence's big scoring nights leaned on strong shooting at home. Road shooting often cools. Both coaches have noted their concern with defense and fouling. That usually means adjustments follow. When teams face their first major non-conference test, they tend to defend with more focus and control the tempo with more purpose. Colorado has the size to shape half-court possessions and limit clean looks from outside. Providence has the skill to score but has not yet shown the same efficiency away from home. None of this guarantees a slow game. It simply shifts the odds toward a total that lands below the inflated number. The expected shooting regression and defensive emphasis are based on reasonable early season patterns, not wild leaps. When the number climbs faster than the matchup warrants, the value sits on the quieter side. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Michigan versus TCU. Michigan walks into Fort Worth with a bright record and a loud offense. They just scored a pile of points at home and survived an overtime fight. That type of start makes the number on this game stretch out. It signals comfort for the road favorite, yet this gym rarely gives visitors comfort. TCU protects this floor with focus and pride. Their early stumble woke them up. Their next two games showed cleaner defense and stronger control of the boards. They lost their main big for the season, but they did not lose their edge. They leaned on length, speed, and depth on the wing. They kept pressure on the ball and kept fresh legs in the mix. Michigan now leaves home after a tight, emotional contest and steps into a loud, cramped space where few teams pull away. A big favorite can still win here, but the margin often shrinks. The matchup invites a closer game than the spread suggests. As our first pick for this matchup, the TCU Horned Frogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The total hangs high. It reads like a promise of a shootout. Michigan's early burst came from a perfect storm, hot shooting, soft coverage, a home crowd that pushed them to run and fire. They set a school mark from 3. That type of explosion never repeats on command. Their second game needed overtime to climb past a similar range. Even then, they locked down on defense when it mattered. TCU's scoring line is hard to trust at face value. They opened with a cold night from deep. They bounced back against a weak defense and found rhythm. They then settled into a slower, more controlled pace. Their frontcourt loss pushes them toward a half-court approach. They now use more movement, more cuts, and more time per touch. That slows games. Michigan carries size and can use it. If that happens, this game gains weight in the paint and loses speed in the open floor. Long possessions, body blows, and fewer clean looks can pull the final score below the listed mark. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona versus UCLA. Arizona arrives for this contest playing with the freshness of a team already battle-tested. The Wildcats average roughly 90 points per game while allowing just about 67.7, and they shoot over 51% from the field with 42 boards a night. Meanwhile, UCLA has shown solid defensive numbers in the early going, holding opponents to about 43.4% shooting and forcing around 15 turnovers per game. But those numbers come against weaker competition. Arizona's front court runs hard, crash the glass, and push pace when allowed. UCLA will try to drag things down, slow the tempo, make every possession earn its keep, and that actually plays into Arizona's hands, since the Wildcats have shown they can both close in transition and grind in the half court when needed. Add in that Arizona has margin for error in the front court and a veteran guard running the show, and you find a favorite that matches up cleanly with the tactical demands. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Wildcats to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total number asks for a fast shootout, but the actual style may tilt toward controlled chaos rather than blitz. While Arizona scores with ease, UCLA shoots around 48% overall, but their three-point shooting is weak and they prefer control over tempo. Add a muscle strain question mark hanging over UCLA's lead guard, publicly listed as questionable with a muscle issue, and a road-neutral setting that may favor cleaner possessions over wild runs, and you wind up expecting fewer possessions and fewer easy buckets than the number suggests. The result, a total that feels tilted modestly low. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Gonzaga versus Arizona State. Gonzaga walks into this matchup with a steady rhythm that shows in every possession. They have handled each early test with control. They score inside with strength, move the ball with purpose, and defend with discipline. Their front court sets the tone. Their wings lock in on shooters and run the floor in straight lines. Their guards keep the offense clean. They have already faced a ranked opponent and turned that game into a clinic. Their defense held strong and their offense stayed patient until the dam broke. Arizona State brings energy and effort, but their first two wins came against lighter competition. Their scoring has been balanced, but they lean on a shorter guard rotation right now. Their main creators carry heavy minutes and need clean entries and second chances to stay afloat. Once the pace rises and the possessions grow longer, Gonzaga's size and depth press on every decision. The Bulldogs have the pieces to squeeze space, win on the glass, and control tempo without rushing. Over 40 minutes, this gives them room to stretch the margin as they settle into their preferred style. As our first pick for this matchup, the Gonzaga Bulldogs to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total sits high for a reason. Both teams can push the ball, and both have scorers who attack early in the clock. But the results on the court point toward a different script. Gonzaga's games have landed below this mark even when their offense reached 90. Their defense held opponents to low shooting totals and forced long stretches without clean looks. Their approach slows the game without a conscious effort to do so. They feed their bigs, wait for a steal, and make the next pass. That sequence cuts into the clock. Arizona State's games have also settled in the mid-140-50s. They score in bursts, but their half-court sets rely on simple actions and post touches rather than a wide-open pace. With fewer guards available, they likely shorten the rotation and value control over speed. That shift helps Gonzaga's defense find its shape and hold it. The game can still feel live and physical without producing the possession count needed for a total this high. The matchup points towards strong defense, patient offense, and long stretches where both teams grind for clean shots. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.